Right, hello everybody and welcome back to Motorsport Days. And actually this session is about MySuperCar, and I'm joined by a very, very good friend of mine, Ryan Falconbridge. Ryan, how are you doing?
Good afternoon. How are we?
I'm not too bad. I'm not too bad. Now, Ryan, for those who don't know what you do, you're a racer yourself, aren't you? Tell us first of all where you compete, and then tell us how your season's gone.
Yeah, sure. So this year I've had the privilege of competing in the Mini Challenge UK Series on the Toka package with the British Touring Car Championship. So we finished the last round at Brands Hatch last week. Very cold and damp, as you'd expect in November. But yeah, no, overall a very good season. The first year in the Mini Challenge, and an absolute privilege to be there, to be honest. Previously competed in the Fiesta Championship. So yeah, it's been a good year, very much a learning year, but fantastic to have the privilege to be able to race.
Well, I really appreciate you coming on today. And one of the reasons why it's great to talk to you is because we're going to chat a little bit about getting bang for your buck in live streaming, TV coverage, a part of the Toka package, so you're on TV, and what it means for series and the questions that they should be asking. And Ryan, I know you treat your racing career like a business as well, don't you? You are super, super hot on promoting your brand, getting it out there, offering sponsors additional things. It's not just, right, here's a sticker, you can whack it on my race car. You like to get down into the details, don't you, as well?
Yeah, definitely. And it's about giving the your commercial partners the payback that warrants the sponsorship and the partnerships that come with motorsport. Being on the Toka package, Eurocell Building Products have come on board this year as a title sponsor, and it's been a privilege to be able to give them the ITV4 coverage that we get. I've also been to a branch to do open days with them. We had other things planned, such as track days and obviously hospitality. Unfortunately, that's not been possible this year, but we've also done social media competitions, which have proved to be a fantastic reach for new customers and customer bases like that. So this day and age, there's absolutely endless possibilities. And like you say, Ian, it's not just about a sticker on a car anymore. It's about giving that value for money.
It is, and your sponsors want things, don't they? And when I say want things, we're not just talking about stickers. They want information, and that's really important. And that's kind of motivated me to bring this session on board, because at the start of 2019, or no, in fact, it was about a year ago, back end of 2019, I had a chat with a race series. I won't say who it was, and we had a quick chat about live streaming. Obviously, that's what we do. We do live streaming, and they said to me, Ian, can you get us, at the minute we've done some live streaming and the videos have gone on Amazon Fire and this. And I said, oh, that's fantastic. That's really, really great. I said, how many people watched it? And they're like, oh, I don't really know. And I couldn't believe that they didn't know. You're paying a lot of money for live streaming. Do you know, if you're a series, you're paying a lot of money to have live streaming. So you've got to know your numbers. And I've got a slide to bring up. I'm going to bring it up now. And this is from Cadwell Park. We did the classic touring cars at Cadwell Park. And we're going to talk through what it means. So in total, we did 9 videos published. As you can see, you've got viewership, you've got reach, you've got engagement. Now, Ryan, you've already mentioned reach today, haven't you? Now, viewing figures are pretty self-explanatory, aren't they? 51,936. That's how many people tuned in on Facebook to watch our live stream of the classic touring cars at Cadwell Park. Reach is slightly different, isn't it? But actually, this is very important, and probably the question you'll be asked first by your sponsor than the views. Would you agree with that?
Yeah, most definitely.
Now, reach, for those who don't know, I'm sure most people do, but that's the amount of people who come into contact with the brand. So that's how many people came into contact with the classic touring cars throughout that day. That's the 6th of July, 2020. Now, that's not necessarily how many people watched, as you can see, 51,936, but it's how many people were brought into contact with your brand. And as we know, there's always a sales cycle for sponsors and brands, etc. There's numerous touch points. Now, engagement's important as well. Do you often get asked about engagement, Ryan, by your sponsors?
Yeah, so obviously engagement is sometimes equally as important as reach. The engagement is how many people have actually gone into the page or clicked on links, shared it, and various things like that. So it's actually, engagements is great for cross-pollination. And what I mean by that is when people who otherwise may not have clicked on the page or clicked on the specific area have actually come in to play with it and taken an active interest in that post.
Yeah, that's it exactly. And in fact, if anything, engagement is perhaps the most important one there. Just to echo Ryan, it's what people have done. They've engaged, they've made a physical action with regards to your brand. So if you're a race series and your engagement is 6,113 people, that means that amount of people have actually reacted to your brand that day. They've physically done something. They haven't just watched the content. They've made a move. They've either liked your Facebook page, they've opened the video, they've liked, they've commented, they've shared, they've done something. And it's actually, I would probably say the engagement's probably the most important number there. Would you agree with that, Ryan?
Yeah, definitely. It's people are often engaged because they've got an interest in that, and that's obviously the people that you want.
Now, obviously, when you put your sponsorship proposal together, that's information you need. And if you're a race series or you're a race driver, you're a team, and you've got an event that you've been at that's been live streamed, you need that information. You need to be getting it. If you're not getting it already, you need to be asking it. Otherwise, as you can see, Ryan, Uracell, it's one of your sponsors. They've probably asked you for a lot of information before they agree to sign on a dotted line. And stuff like that is only going to help your cause in getting more and more sponsorship. If you can back it up, it's all right to say we get X amount of views here, there, or everywhere. You've got to be able to see it. You've got to be able to prove it. Now, your sponsorship, Ryan, and like I said before, you're very hot on this. You're very good at it. It's all about offering multiple things. It's all about offering the analytics as well with that. I know you like to dig down deep. You always ask me questions about it, and I really, really think that is fantastic. Do you put these numbers into your sponsorship proposal packages?
Yeah, so actually, this is quite on topic for myself, actually, because we ran a competition for Uracell building products just probably 3 or 4 weeks ago now, across my 3 social media platforms. So they provided the prize, which was the Makita coffee machine, battery charger, the T-shirt that you can see here, and then also I chucked in some Ryan Falconbridge Racing merchandise as well. And the post reach for that was over 16,500, with an engagement of just over 1,180. So, like I say, that comes from shares, retweets, likes, and comments. And it actually achieved over 250 new likes or followers for Uracell in just 1 week that the competition was run. So there's just some headline figures, and them types of figures, like you say, will be certainly going into the proposals that I'm just finishing off for the 2021 season, for new prospective sponsors, looking to renew current deals that I've got. So yeah, it's like you say, the analytics is equally as important as everything else, because the analytics is what grabs the marketing teams, the commercial directors, people like that, their attention.
Excellent. Yeah. And, to me, that's one of the most important things. Every session that we do, every broadcast, we always produce one of these viewing figure reports. I'll bring another one up. This is from MsD a couple of weeks ago. And it's normally about a 5 or 6 page document, but it details more information. We do put the other details in there. We do put likes, shares, and then I have an information sheet which breaks it down into how many people were watching on average at any one time. And then it gives you more information, just breaking down about reach, engagement, what it actually means for the series. So if you are a series and you've done live streaming, or you're looking at doing live streaming, or you're a race team and you don't have this information, you kind of are shooting yourself in the foot a little bit. You need to make sure you're getting your data, because for your teams, for your drivers, for everybody, that information is going to help them get more sponsorship, which is going to fill your grids and make them even bigger. Ryan, I appreciate your time today. I really do. Let's talk about 2021 for you. What's on the agenda for next year?
Yeah, so we hope to stick in the mini challenge. Obviously, that not just Eurocell, but also the tarpaulin company, TC Harrison, JCB, AIPS Insurance have stuck with me this year, which is hugely appreciated. I know you guys did an interview with Bobby, Jiggy, and Paul Rivette earlier, and I can only echo what they said. If I'm honest, the hospitality is a huge part of the Toka paddock, not just for the touring cars, but for us guys in the support series as well. So we're currently in the current climate waiting to hear on news about that, because a large part of our budget comes from the VIP side, and it's great to have sponsors at track as well, to showcase what we can do. A nice meal, a few bevies on a Sunday doesn't go amiss for them, bringing their customers along as well. So, like I say, we're aiming to get on the grid in the mini challenge again next year.
Yeah.
The rounds will probably be more next year. Sorry, it was slightly condensed to 5, which helped in the sense of needing a slightly smaller budget. But next year we'll go back to the full budget. So we really need to push on and try and get these partners on board and continue the current deals I've got.
Fantastic. It certainly sounds exciting. Ryan, I've been following your career very, very closely since we first met actually at Brands Hatch in 2019, didn't we? And I'm delighted to be doing a lot of work with you quite closely as well. So I wish you the best of luck for 2021. Not that you'll need it, of course. Everything seems to be going very well. Ryan, thank you very much for your time this afternoon. We're going to go to a short break now.
Hi, Chris Dawes here. I've stepped away from the commentary box for a change and I'm in front of the camera because this time I'm talking about my business, Open Doors Training. Founded by myself as a project of passion because I felt so lucky that I get paid to do the things I do now. Commentating, hosting awards, voiceover artist, TV, radio, podcasts, live shows, you name it, all of those things are an absolute privilege. Especially when I came from someone who was paralysed by fear when I had to present at university and when I first went into business after graduating. But thankfully, I got accused of making IT entertaining when I was in my sales and marketing role. I know, not that easy, but I'm proud of that one. And that's what really was the trigger, enabled me to carry on with all the different things I do now. I want to now help others open doors that they may not yet know exist. And you never will know exist unless you put yourself in a position where you can be heard. Whether that's in business, in public sector, in sport, all of it is the same. If you're silent, no one will know you exist and how good you are at things. You've got to put yourself in a position where you open those doors, at least so that you can knock on the doors and they know you are there. So that is what we do here at Open Doors Training. It's not about creating blueprints of presenters or media darlings or whatever it may be. It's about unlocking you. Instead of being the contained version of you, we want to get 110% of you. You probably exaggerate it by 10%. I'm sure I'm not like this when I'm at home on the sofa. The wife would kill me. But it is about still being you. And that is what we work on within all of our training. So come on over, opendoorstraining.co.uk. Let's have a conversation to see how we may be able to assist you going into, hopefully, a better year in 2021.
So my name's Tom Ingram. I'm competing in the British Touring Car Championship with Team Toyota GB. So the BTCC is one of the toughest championships around. There's so many quick drivers. So to get the edge, you've got to be looking for any little millisecond of improvement. So whether that be from training hard at the gym or having the best kit around, you've got to find the edge any way possible. So the thing I love about the Walero products the most is the temperature regulation. And not only does it regulate my temperature and keep me cool when it's really hot, but when we're testing in the middle of winter, it keeps me warm as well. The feel of these is amazing. They're so soft, you know, you could wear this to bed and be more than happy. So the lower under has really helped my performance and reduce the effects of the heat on my body and the heat fatigue that I'm finding. That's where I'm finding a big improvement. So over the course of doesn't matter if I'm testing, it doesn't matter if I'm racing, I'm just not feeling quite as fatigued as I would have been without it.
Performance Box Touch is not only a super accurate performance meter, it can also be used as a sophisticated predictive lap timer, using GPS rather than distance to allow you to accurately compare how your current lap time compares with your fastest, corner by corner. Quick and easy to install, it automatically identifies the circuit you are driving on and loads the relevant track maps from our extensive database. Using a performance box for the first time, VW Classic Championship racer Dan Rose talks us through how he benefited from the system's bright delta speed LEDs on track.
Yeah, a few times you'd go in and basically it would come up green, so you thought, yeah, and then mid-bend it was really sort of pushing on a bit, and you'd come out and you was red, so you had to get the balance right of going in and getting the green going in and the green coming out, so you knew that was the best way through there.
Using a lap timer mode, Dan was able to monitor how modifications to his car affected his performance on track.
Like changing the roll bars, we could see that we're a couple of seconds slower straight away and that certain areas it's not working. And then when you flick back, it's working and it shows up on the times and also in your sectors. So the predictive lap times really work.
Given a quick lesson on the Circuit Tools data analysis software to pinpoint exactly where time is being lost and then going through his data from the day, Dan said,
Looking back at the data now, we're a bit further on in the day, we can see that certain lines worked, certain lines didn't. Carrying a bit more speed into the first bend seems to have given us a bit more pace. And also we can look at different sectors where in a couple of laps I was quicker, but actually putting all those sectors together so that they work, which we've looked at, and then we'll go back out and have another go. But so far we've gained 2 or 3 seconds throughout the day, which has really worked well with us. So when we come back racing we should be up there.